Yo, 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 yo. What up, fam? All right, let's get right into this. So, let me turn this AC down for a second. So, so boom, right? So your man's was just chilling here thinking like, yo, like, right? So my mentor, he got this strategy where it's a breakout strategy, and like, I don't know, I'm not like I was telling myself this now, like I'm not too crazy over the breakout strategy. Like, it don't really bust the way that I want it to bust. So I'm not really using that shit at all. And you imagine I paid about $4,000 for this mentorship, and I'm not even really gonna use it. The reason is why I really don't like it. We really hitting a 1-to-1. That's the majority of the time. So I'm not a big fan of it. I'm gonna be honest. Um, like the coach inside of the mentorship that I got, he be aiming for a 1-to-2, and he gets out a little earlier. So I fuck with it, but at the same time, like I'm not too found on it, bro. I'm not too found on it. But look, at the end of the day, man, I spent a lot of money on bullshit, so I'm not really worried about the money being spent. You know, they have coaching calls every week, so it's valid. But the signals that they send, which aren't really signals, but in a sense, the signals that they send. So the trades that they're doing live in the community, I'll make the money back later on anyways, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not worried about it. But the main thing is I just don't like the strategy. I don't really like it. It works at a 1-to-1. I know it works for a 1-to-2 and even more, but I don't know. I guess I'm just not like really on it, bro. I don't really like it. And I think mainly it's because I've been trading Forex and I don't trade commodities. So for me to be trading like US 30 and NAS 100 is like, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? I've been trading Euro USD for the last 4 years, 5 years. So for me to start trading fucking these pairs that are crazy, it's crazy. I used to trade gold a little bit too, but gold kept doing my dishes. So I stopped trading gold. Gold was just moving way too fast for me. And then I moved back over to Euro USD, and I just been over there for good. I've been like playing around with GBP USD a little bit because it correlates really, really well with Euro USD, but I still don't trade that shit either. Um, but yeah, yeah. So right now, I was just, I'm just sitting here chilling. I'm just like, damn, like I need to find myself a really good strategy that just like really resonates with me, right? So I got my own shit, which is the trend line. I use the trend line with double tops or head and shoulders, and even sometimes depending on the highs and lows, right? And the quarters theory. So obviously, just like any other strategy, it's all confluence based, right? We're using a whole bunch of confluences, a whole bunch of things that validate why your trade is going to go in your direction, right? Building a bias of why you would take this trade, right? So that's why, in the university we have that TDA1 and TDA2, because TDA2 is you building out a whole bunch of influences to go and take this trade, right? But and when I say find a strategy, I mean like, so I'm reading a quarters theory book, and I'm really like I've been scalping the quarters theory. And if y'all want to check that out, y'all can. Let me tell y'all what it is right now. It is called Journal Number One, Trade Breakdown, starting. It says start 052525. So May 25th. Right now it's June 7th. So I had a swing trade. I had got out early because the market was indecisive, consolidated, really bad, and we started to see a good top on the daily. We opened on the monthly above the resistance of the symmetrical triangle, but it just I don't know. We closed on the weekly and the monthly below. So I see more or less like a false breakout. And I might have to adjust it a little bit. But we're gonna see what's gonna be happening though, because a lot of shit going on in the markets. But regardless of that, y'all can go in there and check it out. Like I've been scalping the quarters. I've been scalping by the quarters theory, bro. And like that shit literally brought my account from negative 15 that I had from last year all the way up right now, $1,800 or $1,700. What happened was they be trying to say that I did a martingale. So I guess when you enter two trades going in the same direction and one is a little late, and then you exit both of them while one is still in negative, it's a martingale. They call it a martingale. Bullshit. So that's what ended up happening. They try to play me, but it's what it is. But what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to tell y'all, family, is your man's your man's was using the quarters theory, and that shit is fire. So I'm right now on page like 60 something. It goes over a lot of news and not how to use news, but like what the news can do for you and things of that nature, and how you should use news, you know, and how that can change, you know, your bias or et cetera, et cetera. But y'all will have to read that book to check it out. I got a whole bunch of notes that I have. If y'all want it, y'all DM me, let me know. I'll send it to you. Um, but the quarters theory has like these, you know, case studies in there and strategies in the book too towards the back. And you know, with my knowledge that I've attained over the last 4 years, 5 years, you know, I wanna go into the quarters theory and actually use some of the knowledge they have with the quarter and see if I like it better than, you know, me putting a whole bunch of different confluences together to find a trade, which I liked what I did today. You know, it's an intraday move from 25 pips is a small quarter, right? Every 25 pips makes up 100 pips. And you can see it moving from 25 back to 25, up 25, then another 25, then down another 25. And you can see it do it really smoothly. And it's just like, let me try something here. So I did it, and bro, I murdered the fucking markets, bro, last week. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like how I was risking though. That's the only thing. Like it was a good week, but it was just not good at the same time because my risk was off, the lot sizes were off, shit just was everywhere. And I just didn't fuck with it. So what I'm saying now is I wanna, you know, continue to read this book, but I wanna, you know, look at the strategy piece too, you know. I think I was seeing something in there with one of my favorite type of patterns, which is a double top. And I believe they got something for a head and shoulders in there too. But regardless, the head and shoulder, bro, you're just gonna use the quarters theory as a confirmation. So I think that's what's gonna happen. But regardless, I keep my shit simple. Like, yeah, y'all look at it and y'all be like, damn, it's a lot of shit, but I'm trying to get at least the 1 to 2. So the more biases I have that are gonna lead me to getting a 1 to 2, the better, right? Another thing too, man. This week I was watching a little bit of Lambo Raul, and I like how he uses this like volume indicators and shit, and it shows where buyers and sellers are coming in and out of the market. And I'll be honest, like he's a fast trader too. He's not in trades for so long, but just it was just some inspiration just to show me like, you know, my goal is not to be in trades for fucking weeks, months, you know what I mean? But I do have a swing trading strategy too. So I use that because let's just say, you know, I'm not gonna trade this whole week. You know, I'm already in a trade for the entire week or 3 or 4 days and I'm chilling, right? So I have a swing trade, but I gotta learn to and I know I'm out a few years, but I drive trucks, man. So, you know, I'm a little slacky, but I'm gonna keep this shit talking with y'all, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all about the university now, but y'all not gonna get that shit for at least a whole good 3 piece. probably about like 3 years from now. I'll probably do like a beta on the Discord, but other than that, probably like 2, 3 years from now, and it's just gonna be all my knowledge, like. But like I was saying, feel me, I don't really want to like hold trades all day or hold trades over the weekends and weekday. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to find something that works on a really scout intraday time frame and just murder that shit. Feel me? Um, Now you gonna win some, you gonna lose some, but like I said, I don't know. I'm just not too profound on my mentor strategy. I'm gonna be honest, I just think that it's kind of bunts. You know what I'm saying? A 1-to-1 is ass. Like, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we taking partial, bro. We're taking profits off the market inside of the 1-to-1 before the bitch even hits a 1-to-1. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm taking money off the market before it even hits a 1-to-1, but then I take two more trades and now I'm negative as fuck. So I just don't like it. I think that the momentum idea is fire, but I don't believe that the 1-to-1 or taking profits before 1-to-1 is bad. Now it works for him, but like I said, he got a fat ass account. You know what I mean? He got a fat ass account. Now he gets some good ass trades, but bro, his intuition on when to get in and when to get out is a 10. But he does not hold the whole trade to a 1-to-1. You know what I'm saying? He says, yeah, take some partials, but he's closing a full ass trade inside of the 1-to-1. So I don't know. It shit just don't make sense to me. Sometimes he'll close at a 1-to-1 or 1-to-1.2 or 1-to-1.5, but like, I guess if you get up like 5 1-to-1s and you lose 2 trades, it won't really matter. You just keep pumping up from there. I guess in a sense that makes sense, but like I said, I'm not crazy over the strategy. I think that, you know, for me, each trade I take should be a minimum of like a 1-to-1.5 or 1-to-2. Now I'm gonna be honest, not even a 1-to-1.5. I really want to aim to be hitting a 1-to-2 consistently. That's my goal in life. But I'm just I want something that's going to, you know, suit me. You feel me? I might have paid bread and spent a little bit of a bag, but at the end of the day, if it's not suiting me and I don't fuck with it, I don't really want to focus on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what you know what I'm saying, I'm on right now. It's just like, yeah, it's a good strategy, but it's not for me, to be honest. It's not for me. And it sucks. I spent a lot of money on that shit too. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I had this girl that I was talking to. And I spent a lot of money, not a lot of money on her, probably like 3,000, 4,000. Well, more than that when I went to go see her. But probably like 5, 6. But you know what? After I left and I came back and I thought about it, then I just stopped talking to her. But I didn't stop talking to her because, like, I wanted to. I more or less stopped talking to her in the sense of I need to get this bag. So, you know, she would have been fired though. I ain't gonna lie, but she would have probably been pregnant right now. So what I'm trying to say is like, yeah, I spent that money over there with him, but it was to learn something. I was able to become a part of a nice community, but it's just not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm looking for. So, but I got this other dude's course too, Paladin and J Cat, and I think that I'm going to look into that. Yeah, I am going to look into that. I just don't think like right away. I want to look at the quarter stage first, and then I'm gonna look into that. And yeah, just so y'all know too, man, I ain't put Alex V inside of none of my, because I guess if I'm commenting on sorry guys for the break in the middle of that right there. I had to block out some. I said something that I didn't mean to, but yeah, family, just fucking, you know, regular shit. You know what I'm saying? Regular shit. Like, just be the best version of yourself, man. Like, try to get, like my one of my coaches say, try to become 1% better. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself, did you get 1% better from this call? And see what you could have taken from this call, and just go from there, fam. It's like y'all, man. I might be 5 years into this. It sounds like I'm a beginner and shit, but I'm always gonna be at a beginner stage. I'm not gonna always sit here and be like, yeah, I made a fucking, I lost. I mean, I won 100,000. I never lost. Like, nah, bro. Like, sometimes I be in drawdown. Sometimes I lose. Sometimes I'm trying to fix things. Sometimes I want to change this. Sometimes I want to change that. Revising never hurts. You know what I'm saying? Never be afraid to revise. Never be afraid of change. Remember, you're doing something different than somebody else right now, and you're trying to change your reality. So, hey, family, you already know what to do, though. Peace to the earth, peace to the universe, peace to the gods, and peace to God. I fuck with y'all the long way. I'm gonna holler at y'all, family. Peace.